Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Chelsea XOXO. Thank you so much, love, for all your love and support. You have commented over 9 times, but you did mention you are a silent watcher, and I want to say thank you so much to all my silent watchers. I truly appreciate it. I love that you commented that, and all the FAMBAM who are silent watchers were commenting underneath as well. It literally warmed my heart where I'm like, thank you guys so much, and thank you so much for leaving a comment. It seriously does help out the channel, and I really appreciate it. If you want your comment to be my next notification shout out, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and your comment could possibly be my next notification shout out. All right, loves, let's get into it. I was seriously sitting here for like a good hour or two, like, what do I do? What kind of makeup? And I think I'm just like overthinking it because I'm like, oh, if I don't like how the makeup looks, I'm gonna like ruin it, because like I'm not gonna want to like upload like a really like makeup tutorial, Halloween makeup tutorial. So I'm just going to just like go with the flow and stay safe, because I'm just like overthinking it. I think I'm just too much in my mind, all of that. I burned my freaking forehead earlier, you guys, while curling my hair. I have not burned my forehead since I was like little, and my stupid cousin did it when she was curling my bangs. And yeah, I was telling my husband, I was like, I feel like a little kid again, because I was like it hurt, and I did to myself like a pendeja, like, oh my gosh. Okay, anyways, you guys, let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working out, if you guys are working, if you guys are doing a project, let me know. I would love to know down below. Or if you want, you can tag me on Instagram. I love to see that, and I repost on my stories. Let me know what you guys are gonna do for Halloween. If you guys have any cool traditions, do you guys celebrate it, do you not? I'm just going to begin. I feel like I'm a little bit in my head too much. I hate when I start overthinking things. I don't know why it happens. I literally make myself mad. Like, literally. Or I'm just like, stop it, Jade, stop it. So quick recap. Sugar is bumping uglies with Charlie. Tommy comes home, catches, starts whooping booty. All right, she starts handling them. Charlie ends up getting handled by her and Teddy. We have to clean the mess. She wanted to use hot sauce in this little moment. Hot sauce everywhere, sangre everywhere. All right, it was horrible. She leaves us to clean, which I don't know why I had to clean. I had to help Spice and Sugar. We're cleaning up. Spice literally fills up the tub and throws buckets at the wall, and there's wood. So me and her kind of get into it, because I'm like, what are you thinking? And side note, I understand that some people don't know how to clean. I didn't know how to clean. Like, I didn't. I would freaking get bullied by the Peaches and my ex's sister and mother because I didn't know how to clean, and it was just like, what? How did you not know? But the thing that pissed me off with Spice is that I was literally telling her, and she still wanted to like fight with me and be like, oh, because you're little Miss Mexican, she knows. She wanted to be disrespectful and rude. So that's what irritated me, that she wasn't getting it. You know what I mean? She was like still continuing to do it, and she didn't care. That's what made me mad. So yeah, some FAMBAM saying, well, some people don't know how. I get that. She just want to be a little with me. She just want to be rude. We go to the laundromat, get some stuff cleaned, the sheets. Spice just wanted to just be irritating. She grabbed 4 of Tommy's towels. I got to save 2. Tommy's very particular about her stuff. Spice just wasn't listening. She was just like, you guys are dumb, you guys know what you're talking about, you guys are being dramatic. She just tunnel vision. She was not listening. So we kept warning her. So we go to the laundromat, we wash the clothes, we get a ride from King, we come back. Tommy is yelling at us because we didn't clean properly, and I get it, because we didn't. We go to the back room. Now me and Sugar are fighting because Sugar didn't clean properly, and I'm just like, oh. And the thing is, they knew how to clean. It just made me mad, where it's just like, because they were upset they didn't want to clean properly, or they didn't want to clean it right, because they're just like, she got me messed up. They got stuck in, I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it's like stubbornness or what, but it's like, there's times where like you're motivated to clean and stuff, and there's times where you're just like, and I get it. Like, who's gonna be motivated after a chingazo? You know what I'm saying? I get it, but it was just like, y'all, like, I'm not trying to be next, okay? So anyways, while we're having that little moment, Tommy calls me out, tells me my mom's here. I go and see my mom. Me and my mom kind of get into it because she has a passenger, and the passenger let her use the car. And so I'm mad because I'm like, I never have a moment with my mom. My mom's always bringing her friends along. It's just never me and her. Like, she just never gets it. Anyways, Heffany wanted to go to Wendover, which is like a 2-3 hour drive. My mom's like, oh yeah, let's go. So my mom tells me to go get Tommy. I tell Tommy. Tommy's like, all right, we're gonna go spin the block real quick. We'll be back for you. I'm like, okay, cool. My mom tells me just to be ready, that she's gonna come get me after they're done. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So I go up in Tommy's apartment and I'm just like waiting. And I'm like texting my mom during this whole time and she's like, be ready. And I'm like, okay. So I end up calling my mom and I'm like, Mom, like what the heck? Like where are you? And as I'm talking to my mom, you can hear casino in the background. So I get pissed. And that's where we left off. And now let's begin. So I pop off on my mama and I'm like, what, are you fucking serious? Now, it's never a good reason to be cussing, especially when I'm over here young as heck. There's no reason. So my mom's like, what the hell did you say to me? So she started getting mad because I'm saying that. I was like, no, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And I literally had like the lump in my throat, like trying to like yell at my mom because I was so pissed off, where I'm like, you have me texting you. It'd be another thing if she was just like, I'm gonna go take her real quick and then we'll be back. But no, like my mom was constantly doing this, where it literally irritated me because I feel like I could not leave her alone or be left alone when my mom was around, because I'm like, she's gonna leave me. She's going to leave me. Like I know it. She's going to leave me. She's gonna leave me. I could not just like chill. I was constantly like, oh my gosh, like something's gonna happen, like I just know it, and it literally sucked. And my mom would sometimes try to justify it because like I would like act up as a kid and stuff like that. So she would be like, you see, it's not fun, huh? You want to be lying to me and you want to say you're here but you're actually there. And like I got it sometimes, but like the way that she wanted to go about it, where I was like, nah, it'd be different, it would hit different if you were in your right state of mind, you know what I mean? And I didn't like how she tried to always justify her actions in this way, where I was just like, nah, like and so like we would constantly fight about it. Now when I talk about my mom, yes, there's still like anger there and stuff, but I do forgive my mom, because I think sometimes I do get confused when I talk about my mom and they're like, I thought you said you forgave her. It's so hard to go back and forth when I'm doing story time, where like I'm talking about what I felt in that moment, but like just know like we're okay now because we've worked really hard through our relationship, you know, and mothership, all that. We've worked really hard. So yeah, and I know I said I wasn't gonna over explain anymore, but like it's so hard sometimes when like I get like a DM from FAMBAM and they're like, I don't get it, so like do you forgive her or not? And I'm just like, yes I do. Like so anyways, so I'm like really like just angry at her, and I literally had to tell myself in the moment, like it's okay, like it's fine, like just act like whatever. Like I don't know how to explain it, where I was like, why are you so mad? Like a couple hours ago you weren't even with her, like why is it bothering you? But it's just because it kept bothering me, because I feel like she kept like opening up that like abandonment wound constantly, where she was like constantly picking other people before me, constantly wanting to just to be like away from me. Like whenever she was like free, she didn't want to be with me, and I'm just like, I don't get it. And then she would play this game of like, you're my first, and like I'm always worried about you and I always think about you. Or when she was like in trouble, like in jail and stuff like that, she'd be like, wow, I just want Jade, like I just want, like, is she okay? And like it bothered me, because I was like, now you care, now you have time for me, now you want to see me, but when you're out and you're free, you don't want to see me. Like I don't get it. So it was a constant like mind thing, where I felt like what was true, what was not true. Why do you say this? Why do you say you love me, but then you don't show that you love me? And it's like I had no business being at the casino anyways, but it was the whole thing of like her leaving me. It would have been different if she was like, okay, I'm gonna go take, would I have been mad? Yeah. Yes, I would have been mad. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, no, yeah, I would have. Heck yeah. But I would have known, like, okay, like, this is coming, instead of being blindsided. Like, I constantly felt like I was, like, all the time, where I was like, oh, I knew it. So I'm like yelling at my mom. She hangs up on me, and I'm literally calling her back like a baby daddy who got child support taken out of his paycheck. Just boom, 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 calling. Like, I'm pissed, because I'm like, ain't no way what? So I'm like calling her. She answers a few times, telling me to stop calling her, that when she sees me that she's gonna give me like a putazo and stuff like that. And I'm like telling her that, like, why did she do that? I'm like, why do you do that? Like, why are you like this? Like, why? Literally, she's like, you can't even gamble anyways. I don't know why you want to be here. You're gonna be in the car, you know, like, what did you think? And I'm like mad, because I'm like, yeah, you're right, but like you're wrong at the same time. Two things can be right two things can be right at the same time. You know what I mean? And so I was so angry because I was like, no. So I'm like fighting with her. Sugar and Spice are now like just like looking at me because like I'm pissed. I'm yelling at her. Tears are just like coming down my face. My face feels hot, where I literally was like, I want to fight my mom. Like I really want to fight my mom because I was so hurt. It made me feel so dumb. It took me back to a time of when I was like 7. Me and my mom talked about this memory. She's like, I'm so sorry. We were in Texas and my mom would promise me that she would not smoke. And literally as a child, you think that your parent can like do no wrong, or like I would literally have my mom promise me things, and now as an adult I'm just like, oh my God, why? Like I literally caught my mom and my stepdad like doing stuff together, and I was like, please promise me you're never gonna do that with him again. And she was like, yes, I promise, you know. Instead of her being like, that's how two people make love, I was like, please promise me, because like it made me feel so nasty. I remember like crying because I was like, I'm disgusted with you. But anyways, so we were in Texas and my mom, I had caught her smoking before, you know, and she would like tell me like, okay, I won't do that again. And I was like, I don't want to lose you, because I didn't want, because like, you know, I didn't want nothing bad to happen to her. So anyways, she's leaving to go to the baile with my tia, and I'm like looking at my mom and I'm like, oh, they haven't left yet. I'm looking and I see my mom light up and I lose it because I'm like, she lied to me. She lied to me. I run outside and I tell her I hate her. I'm like, I hate you. I run back inside. She runs in after me, literally looks at me and goes, boom. And I'm like, look at her again. Boom. She put me that way again. Fixes me one more time and gives me a last one. 3 smacks I will never forget in my life. No one has ever slapped the spit out of my mouth like my mama. Nobody. And my stepdad had to tell her like, yeah, enough already, like for my mom to stop. My mom ends up leaving and I remember just crying with my cousins like, she lied to me, she lied to me. And one of my cousins was like, what do you mean? Like, that's what adults do. And I was like, no, she lied to me. Like I was so stuck on like, no, but she lied, you know. As an adult I see things differently, of course, but I was just like, oh, you know what I mean? And it was so crazy because having that feeling literally took me back to 7-year-old Lex, and I was just like, she lied to me. Like I remember just feeling that feeling of like, oh, why did you believe her? Like, and I was like, she lied. Like I was so stuck on it, and like no one could tell me different. Nobody, no one could whip it out of me. No one could tell me like, that's crazy, like stop it. Like I was so stuck and so hung up on like, she lied to me. Like, why would you do this? And it's like, Lex, it's not that deep. Like, you'll be all right. Like, stop. You're over here doing stuff with like the exes stuff. Stop. You know? And I was just like, ugh, no, like, you lied to me. Like, why would you do that to me? Why would you have me out here looking dumb? Like, I constantly felt like she was having me looking stupid, and I just didn't understand. I didn't understand like why. Like, why would you want me to be out here looking dumb? So I kept blowing her up. I kept writing her like mean ass stuff, just telling her that like, I can't believe she's doing that. Instead of spending time with me, she wants to be out with her friend that she just met. I'm like, you don't even know her. And so I start calling that girl out of her name, which I shouldn't have, but I was just upset. And I knew my mom was going to defend her. I knew my mom was going to say something to piss me off even more. And I think I was intentionally doing it so that I could like make my heart go cold again, because it was easier to deal with my mom when my heart was cold rather than like me being in my feelings. You know what I mean? As weird as that sounds. I wanted to irritate myself so much that I can just numb it, where I'm just like, whatever. So I told my mom, Tiffany, and then that catches my mom's attention, which I don't even know why. My mom was like, you don't even know her, and that just gave me even more to be upset about. And I'm like, so I don't care her. And so I started talking about her, calling her all kinds of names. She weird. And also my mom like, don't bring her around, don't let me be here when she's back here, like just talking crazy. My mom's like, shut up. I was like, nope, I'm gonna be mean, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna tell her. And my mom was telling me that I'm not gonna do nothing, that if I do, I'm going to regret it. And I was like, look at you, always defending everybody else but me. And my mom was just telling me like, just to stop, to knock it off, that I'm gonna regret what I'm saying, and that I'm gonna be apologizing later, which is kind of messed up. Like, I would apologize after I was like being mean to my mom at times, because it made me feel nasty. And my mom would always be like, it's fine. But like I hated that she said that, where I'm just like, ew, like, why would you say that, mom? Why would you tell me that? Like, ew. It was so freaking confusing and so hard to really work these emotions So my mom's telling me like to not be disrespectful to that girl and that she is gonna bring her back to the house. And my mom's like, I was going to just take her out and do this, and I was gonna borrow her car so me and you can do this. And I'm like, no, like you're lying, like you're literally lying. You're lying. I'm like, you're just saying that so that I feel dumb or I feel bad. And I'm like, oh, like I shouldn't have reacted that way. I was like, not true, not true. Like stop playing that game, like stop, because if that's what you were gonna do, then you could have told me from the jump, hey, I'm gonna take her, I'll be back in a few hours, and then I'm gonna, you know, borrow the car and me and you can do, you know, this. But no, I'm like, you want to sit here and you're probably like sitting around with them and they're probably like, oh, you should say this, you should say that. And then my mom told me, yeah, you're right. Oh, I really wish you wouldn't have. I really wish you wouldn't have, because I was like, like I felt like, like I was like, that's crazy. Like I was just like, see, no it. So like it just even amplified the feelings even more, and I was just so upset. I was like, I'm gonna break this phone. Like I'm just, like she's never gonna talk to me again. Like I'm never gonna talk to her. I never want to talk to her again. Like I was just so livid. Like I don't even know how to let you guys understand the emotions that I was feeling, but just know like I was crashing out. Like I was just vibrating. Like my adrenaline was so high. I remember like texting and I was just like shaking. My teeth were like, because I was just so pissed off. Literally, my leg was just going boom, 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 like a mile a minute. I was hot. Like, I was so mad. And as I'm texting her, I look up at Spice, and Spice just has this smirk on her face where, like, it literally pissed me off because I felt like she was just, like she was liking it. And it pissed me off because it's like, bitch, I didn't even hurt you. Like, your sister hurts you. That's nasty. Misery loves company. She sure does. So it really, really pissed me off when I looked at her and she smirked and I said, you're disgusting. And she kind of just like fixed her face where she probably was like, oh damn, like I didn't know that like you could see my boner, you know what I mean? Like it was like that where I was just like, oh, like I was pissed. I look at Sugar because I'm like looking at her like, you want some too, bitch? Like I was so mad. And she just, it starts clicking, like she don't know what she's doing on the remote. She just, because I was pissed, because I was like, at that point I don't care. At this point, like me and Spice already have had like our little beep 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 beep. I don't care. Rerun it again, bitch. I don't care. Like I can't feel nothing. I could probably get my nips pierced. I would not feel nothing. I was so mad. And it's so, I hate getting that sort of mad because I'm like, I know that that's not good. Like that's crazy. Like don't do it. Like it's not good. It's not good for the mental. It's not good for any of it. Damn, to feel that type of like, it's not. It's like this weird feeling. It's nasty. The only way I can explain it is like, it's a nasty, nasty feeling. So anyways, she like looks down and stuff, and I'm just like talking under my breath, like pissed, because I'm like, oh, like I can't stand any of you bitches. Like just talking dumb. So my mom stops replying after a while, and Tommy writes me telling me like to chill it. I need to respect my mom. I hated when people would get into me and my mom's business like that. Like, ugh. And it was so hard because it was like a double-edged sword where it's like, okay, Tommy over here helping raise me, you know, but I was just like, mind your business. Mind your business. Because nobody, like, I feel like she could tell me things on other things, but it's like when I'm talking to my mom right now, it has nothing to do with you. Like, it was so hard because it felt like it was constantly like, you know? So I was trying to keep it cute and respectful because I'm like, she already gave me a putazo one time. Like, my mouth still hurt. I'm not trying to do it again, you know? So I was just telling Tommy, like, with all due respect. Oh, I did show you guys a lookalike on our family chat on Instagram. Deleted that pretty quickly after Tommy got upset. But I'll be posting more chismes in that Instagram if you guys are interested. Anyways, so I was just trying to like tread lightly with her, not piss her off too much either. But at the same time, I was like, without due respect, like, this ain't your business. Like, ain't nobody telling you about anything when you want to go off on your crazy mama at all. Like, nobody. And so she was like, valid. And so it pissed me off because I'm like, my mom over here like, yeah, you right. And then I'm over here like, valid. So it pissed me off where it's like, okay, so I'm valid for feeling these emotions, but it's still like, but you. You know what I mean? So it kind of was like I'm not winning. You know what I mean? It was such a trigger because I'm like, okay, so I'm right, but like, you guys don't care? Like, it, and that's what it is. Like, just because you're right doesn't mean that you're gonna get what you want. And it messed with me because I was like, why not? Like, that's not fair. And I get it, life's not fair. But as a teenager, you're thinking like, no, it has to be fair, because if this was the other way around, like, it's a constant like battle of like, chill out. Like, it's okay, stop. Like, having to like parent yourself is a bitch, like, for real. And honestly, I feel like I was doing that all the time. And whenever I didn't have to parent myself, it was like, okay, this is not gonna last that long. This is not gonna last that long. And so when it was taken away, I was like, oh, it was just like taking a binky from a baby, you know? And I was just like, so it was so toxic. It wasn't healthy. It's not good for anybody. It literally messes with you, like literally. So my mom leaves me alone because she's just like, I'm not dealing with it. She wants to have her fun. And I'm just like, like, how could you? Like, how could you? So an hour passes by. Spice lets me have some of her cigarettes, and I'm just out there just like smoking, thinking I'm grown, thinking I'm cool. And she's just trying to give me a little pep talk of like you weren't gonna do anything out there anyways. You would have been bored and you would have been mad that she's not spending time with you. And I was just like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Like, even if that's true, shut up. Like, shut up. It's the principle. That's what I'm mad about Spice. Principal, how she always constantly has me looking stupid. I'm over here waiting inside like, oh yeah, they're just gonna spin the block. They're gonna just do this, blah, 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 blah. It's that. It's the constant games where I feel like if I'm not playing, she's not playing games with me, the ex is playing games with me. Ex not playing games with me, Joe. If it's not Joe, Sam. I just constantly felt like I was always playing games with everybody, where it's just like to the point where it's just like I'm always feel like I'm like on, and I'm never just like, I'm always so tense. And I'm just like, like I can never just chill and just relax. And she's like, no, like I get it. I was like, do you? Do you? Because like, I don't think you do. Like it's messed up. And she's like, yeah, but like you got to see it from like their point. I'm like, I get it. Like, there's no one understanding. I don't understand how to explain this. If she would have said, I was like, and it messed me up because she had me picking out my snacks. She had me thinking like, oh yeah, like we're going on a little road trip. Because those 2 hours, who knows, maybe she could have warmed up to me and not been mad at me the whole time. And she's like, no, like, yeah, I get that. I'm like, how can you get that? And then in the same breath, you're like, well, dude, like, I don't, like, just don't talk to me. So I'm just sitting out there by myself, and I get a phone call, and it's from Tommy. And I just look at that bitch ring because I'm like, she's gonna tell me some stupid. I just know it. It's gonna be something, because it's never just like chill. It's gonna be something, and it's gonna irritate the out of me. Like, I just know it. Like, I'm just like staring at it, and then the call ends, and I'm like, okay, she calls me back one more time, I'll answer. She calls me back again, and I just look at it because I was like, no, I said that, but I didn't mean that. If she calls me one more time, I will. So I'm like playing these games because I'm like, I don't want to hear her voice. I don't want to hear something stupid. I don't want her to be like, we got a ticket, we're gonna stay another night, your mom's drunk, your mom fat. Like, I'm just already preparing where I'm just like, I'm just so angry. It's so hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, for real, talking about like how my mom is and stuff like that, and like the whole everything, like being around like a bunch of like just toxic people, and then trying not to let that like pour into being a parent that is just constantly like, oh my gosh, I don't want my kids to hate me because of this, because of that. Like, my husband constantly has to tell me like, stop, like, stop. You are not your mom. You are not Tommy. You are not the Peaches. Like, you need to stop. Like, you telling them no here and there, like, that's fine. And I'm just like, and it's like, it's gotten so much worse with time. I don't know why, where I'm just like, oh, I think it's because like now they're gonna be adults and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're gonna go out, and I'm not gonna like, because the most time you'll ever have with your kids, like they say, right, is when they're under one roof. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so true, because like my brothers and stuff, like when they were little and I was raising them, like I constantly had my brothers, and then like boom, now they're both adults, and I see them like maybe like once a month, if that, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh. And so it's so hard having to tell myself like, chill, it's okay, don't let them walk over you, don't this, don't that. Like, it's so hard because I'm like, am I being too strict? Am I being too this? Am I being too that? And I literally have to have like family around me being like, Jade, no, you're not, like, chill out. It's a constant like thing, you know what I mean? Anyways, so she eventually calls again, and I'm like, oh my god, stay cool, don't come off desperate, like, stay cool. So I answer, and she was like, what the you doing? Like, why didn't you pick up on the first ring? And I'm like, what, Tommy? Because I'm just like mad, where I'm just like, what you want? She's like, why are you having an attitude with me? And so I just get quiet, and she tells me, your mom says to be ready. I'm like, for what? She's like, why do you want to play these games? I'm like, I'm not playing no game. For what? Like, it's late, I'm getting ready for bed. She's like, no, you're not, just be ready. Y'all, she said that, and so I was like, okay, where are you guys at? We'll be there soon. I'm like, okay. I kept checking the phone, the time, every so often, because I'm like, okay, she's probably close, she should be around this time, like calculating, even to the point where I'm like, okay, if they go and get gas, like it's gonna take this long. If they go and get this, go and get that. The next day comes around, I passed out, where I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. I woke up thinking like, oh my gosh, I missed an alarm. Can you believe that? I woke up like in a panic. I was like, oh my God, I missed the bus. Oh my God, I missed my mom. I looked at the time, it's like afternoon. I look over, nothing. Look over the other side, nothing. It didn't look like anyone had even been there. The chain on the top's still there. Oh, y'all, I was like, getting hot all over again. Cause I'm like, why? Like, why? Like, why? Like, I was so hot, y'all. Like, and it's not good to wake up mad like that. Like, it's not. I was pissed. So I'm like, oh, like, oh, you fell for it again, you dumb ass. Like, you are so stupid. So I look at my phone and it's dead. I was like, oh, okay, like maybe I missed a phone call. Maybe I missed a text message. Like, maybe that's on me. Maybe that's on me. Maybe you're dumb and you don't even know. Maybe that's on you. So I plug it in, y'all. And it's like, it's not like how these phones are now. You know what I mean? Where you plug it in, you got to fast charge this iPhone. Boom, pops, lights up as soon as you plug that bitch in. No. Back in the day, these cricket phones would take a minute, okay? I was just like staring at it like, come on. Please. Where I'm like, oh, if I like do it faster, if I like walk around a little bit, do a little pacing, maybe. So the light finally goes ping. I couldn't run over to it quick enough where it was just like, oh my gosh, unplugged it and all. So like looking at it, nothing. And I'm like, maybe my phone's stupid. Maybe my phone's a little stupid because I'd be like rough with it. Like, how in the hell am I like over here gaslighting myself, y'all? Like crazy. I was just like, no, like it's my fault probably. What if she did try to message and like where I'm constantly messing with my phone, that's why it's not working, because I did something to it. And I'm like just like talking to myself like, for real, like, God, it's my fault. It's my fault. She probably did. And like it's because like I'm constantly with my phone. Like, so I'm just like talking to myself because I'm like, there's no way. Like Tommy literally said this. I'm like why would Tommy lie? You know, like that bitch a lot of things, but like why would she lie about that? So I'm just like going through it of like, is it because of this? Is it because of that? Like, y'all, I was driving myself insane because I'm like, no, like no. So I'm looking for sugar and spice and they're not there. I'm like, oh my gosh, the chain's still up. So like, where the heck are they? Like, oh my gosh. I was freaking out so much, y'all, that like I was not even looking in the areas proper. Like I was just, I don't know what this is called, but it's like one of those things where your mom sends you to go get something and it's literally right in front of you. So I was like, oh my God, like I'm losing it. Like, oh my gosh, like chill out. So like I asked them and stuff like, did Tommy ever come home? Like, do you guys know anything? And they got a little attitude, both of them. Does it look like anyone came home? I'm like, look, I know it's obvious, but I'm asking because they were supposed to be back. They both looked at each other and started laughing like a bunch of hyenas. I was pissed, where I was like, oh, what's so funny? Because I didn't care if I got my ass beat by both of them, y'all. I was like, no, y'all ain't gonna laugh in front of my face like that. Like, y'all are dumb. How are you gonna be over here talking about the peaches and stuff like that and you're over here being sister wives yourselves? Like, you're dumb for that. So they're like, nope, she didn't come. They're still in Wendover. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how you know? Tommy texted me and I'm like, what? Like, Tommy told me to be ready. And she's like, for what? Like, the bro's just laughing at me. I'm just like I feel so stupid. I feel so dumb. So they tell me to get my little Mexican ass to cleaning. And I'm just like, bitch, f you. Because, I'm like, you. I can't stand the both of you both. So I get to cleaning because I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to like get this anger out. So I'm like cleaning and stuff. They're both laughing and I'm just like getting triggered so much by the laughing because I'm like, what's so funny? Like, honestly, what's so funny? You guys are laughing because I'm over here hurting? Like, y'all are weird. And they just keep like laughing. Like, it's just funny. Like, what, you thought you're gonna be in the casino? Like, you thought you're gonna be playing with your moms? And I'm like, damn, like, does no one understand like why I'm upset? Like, are you dumb? Like, you really don't understand like why I'm mad? Like, are you fucking dumb? Like, I'm just so pissed. And so Sugar cracks a joke and says, ain't your daddy a milkman? And I'm like, oh my God, okay, so you're funny. Okay, you're funny. And so they're like, aha, she went to go get some milk. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, y'all funny for that. You're real funny for that. So they cracked the joke, and Sugar's like right there in the hallway by the kitchen. So she cracked the joke, and so I'm like, oh yeah, you're real funny for that, and go boom to her shoulder like hard. And she's like, look, I know you're mad, but I ain't the one. And I said, yeah, and you ain't Charlie's one too. Oh, she got so mad, she tried to pop me. I caught that, and we just start going. You think Spice broke it up? Nah. Spice said, okay, and after you're done, I'm next. Oh. Y'all, I was like, okay. I was so nervous. So me and Sugar are just going at it. If anything, it was just more like, I'm all disappointed, pulling hair and scratching. And I was just like, no, I was like, stop pulling my hair, stop pulling my hair. Like we literally had to like separate, and I'm like pulling my hair back so hard that like my liga breaks. And I'm like pissed. I'm like telling Spice, like, give me yours right now. Like I'm just like so pissed off, because I'm like, stop pulling my hair, stop pulling my hair. I'm like, you say you about that, you say about. I'm like, stop confusing it. I'm like, come on, come on. I don't got no beef with you. Like, you're just mad because your mama don't want you. And I said, your mama don't want you either, bitch. So we're like talking, and I'm like telling her like, I don't want to talk. And then Spice like, ooh, like don't even hit her, she wants to get hit. And yes, I did. I was pissed, because I'm like, hit me, love me, choose me. I was just like, I do. And so Spice was like, nah, don't even hit her. Like, don't. No, she's on some weirdo stuff. I was like, you bitch, you are a weirdo. And we're continuing to yell at each other. So they end up just like leaving me alone, talking about me in the other room, just saying that like my anger is for my mom, and that's not our fault that her mom don't want her. That's not our fault. But like talking about me within earshot, and it was just so annoying, because I'm like, but y'all won't fight me though? You won't fight me? Like, oh my. And that's the thing too, that's another thing, like just because like you can throw hands with somebody doesn't mean that they're gonna shut up. It don't mean that. It doesn't mean like once you guys get going, it doesn't mean like, okay, like don't talk about me no more. You know, some people can respect that and be like, okay, yeah, it's done. Yeah, no mas. You know what I mean? But like a majority of people are like, I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. I'm gonna say how many times I want to say. You know, and that kind of like mess with me at times, because I'm like, yeah, you can, but why? You know, like then we're fighting every single time. But it's like situations are always different too. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like mad. I'm like, oh man. And I get a phone call, and it's from my stepdad, and he's asking me, but with attitude, y'all, like, can't stand this piece till this day. So he has an attitude like, where's your mom? Ugh. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why do you always call me like that? Why do you have an attitude? And he's like, nah, like, where's your mom? Like, still. And so I hang up on him, because I'm like, why do you think I gotta answer to you? Like, why? Like, oh, I was just like, damn, everyone just pissing me off. Like, it must be a full moon outside. Like, what the like, I was pissed, y'all. I don't even know how to like get you guys to understand like how, where I was like. So he texts me to answer the phone, and I tell him, no, I'm not gonna answer the phone. I don't know why you're yelling at me. I didn't do nothing to you. Like, I tell him all of it, and he just says, answer the phone. Like, he keeps saying it, and he keeps calling and calling and calling. I tell him I'm not gonna answer if he's gonna be yelling at me. But like, why is he yelling at me? So I eventually answer like the 5th call, and he's a lot calmer. I'm like, that's what I thought, bitch. That's what I thought. So he's telling me that my mom took something of his, and it's like, oh, I don't understand why this bitch would tell me things like why he thought I gave a or why he thought I was gonna go against my mom. Like, I'm telling you, this dude is stupid. Like, stupid. One time my mom did something, and he had the cops involved, and he literally was like, tell him, Alexis, tell him right now. I was like, tell him what? He's like, oh, I don't know what he's talking about. You should be here for him. Like, what the like, he was so dumb. Like, he really thought like just because he said sorry, and just because like my grandma still needed him around, that like I forgave him. No, it doesn't matter. If he would have gave me money, if he would have gave me millions, it does not matter. I still, like, you still will not be forgiven. Ever. It doesn't matter what you give me, you will never be forgiven. Ever. And so he's like telling me that, oh, hold on, that my mom took something of his, and I'm not gonna say what it is, but she took something of his and he needs it, And I'm like, okay. Okay. And I was like, yeah, what do you want me to do about that? And he's telling me like, well, what is she thinking? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, you better tell her. I'm like, I'm not going to tell her anything. You can tell her. I'm not going to tell her anything. And he's like, well, why are you upset? Like, why do you think, like, you think these things are okay? You think these things are okay? So I start going on him. Like, you think the things that you did were okay? I already said, I'm sorry. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, what's wrong with you? And I told him, I was like, you made her this way. That's why she's like this, because of what you did. It's your fault. You made her like this. Because when my mom first went crazy, he would cry to me and be like, it's all my fault, Alexis. I did this to your mom. This is my fault because of what I did. And I'd be like, yeah. So me and him just keep going back and forth. I ask him like midway while he's like talking to me about my mom and stuff like that. And I'm like, how's my brothers? He's like, are you not listening? And I was like, I don't care. I just care about my brothers. And then he says, they're fine, and hangs up. And I'm just like, a couple of minutes later, my mom calls. And I'm just like having to coach myself to like not pop off on her, because I gotta play my mom at her own game. I know how sick that sounds, but honestly, that's what it was. Like, I literally had to play my mom at her own game because the way she was. I knew that like if I were to answer with any attitude or anything like that, she was just gonna be like, I don't owe you nothing. You're like, I just knew it. So I'm like, hello? And then she's like, are you in a good mood or are you in a bad mood? And I was like, I'm not in a bad mood. What's up, mom? And she's like, good. That's what I thought. And I'm like, okay. The POS called. What the did he want? Why the is he calling you? So she's like super mad. And I was like, because he was trying to get a hold of you. Like, I don't, like, we don't even talk. So I was like ready to be like, get defensive. Like, we don't even, what the are you implying? Like, I was getting mad, right? And I was like, I don't know, because you didn't answer, but this is what he said. And she's like, he's so stupid. Like, can you believe how stupid he is, Alexis? And I just have to remain calm, because if I react, it's going to set her off. Like, it just is. It's just like boom. Like, it's just what's gonna happen. She tells me that if I'm hungry, if I want to go eat breakfast with them, and I'm like, sure. She's like, be ready. Oh, when she said it again, it was just like a light bulb where I'm like, ugh. So I'm like, okay. I end up eating my own breakfast because my mom doesn't show. And I knew it. It's not like if I waited this time, I was like, nah. So I make my own breakfast. 5 o'clock rolls around. My mom walks through the door. Are you ready? I'm like, yep. Because I was like, you know what? It's okay. Even if I'm not hungry, I'll just order something small and just like be there with my mom. And she's like, okay, I gotta take a shower. I'm like, okay. As my mom's changing, she knocks out. I have to keep telling myself, like, don't pop off. Don't pop off. Because you don't know how bad I wanted to go in the room, flip everything over and be like, wait the f up and pay attention to me. Take me to go eat. Like, I was just so mad. Because I was like, you promised. Well, she didn't even promise. You said we were gonna be together forever. Like, I was so angry. But no, I had to chill out. I had to chill. I look outside and I'm like, okay, she has Heffany's car still. Maybe if I behave, we can go do something. Play your cards right, Jade. Play your cards right. That's what I should have dressed as a freaking payasa. So I was like, hey, chill. Just chill. It's all gonna work out. Don't overthink it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. So the day goes on and my mom doesn't wake up until late. She wakes up, she asks me the same question about my mood, and I tell her, I'm in a great mood. I don't want to piss her off. I don't want to tell her, I'm hurt. Why do you keep lying to me? Why this? Why that? Because I'm like, she's just going to use it as an excuse to leave me behind. Like, she just is. Like, I just know it. She's gonna be like, no, but yes. That's what it is. Like, she's going to use it as an excuse. She's gonna be like, no, why you want to be around me anyways? I annoy you, blah, blah, blah. So she asks me, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? And I'm like, I don't know, mom. Like, what do you want to do? She asks me if I'm hungry. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So she's like, all right, get ready. So I tell her, I'm like, I'm ready. And she's like, go change, go something. Yo, I'm so scared to even go change or anything like that, because I'm like, she's gonna take off. She's gonna take off. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so freaking scared. So I go and change, and I'm literally changing super fast. Like, I don't want to miss the opportunity of like hanging out with my mom. I'm like, no, she's gonna take off, y'all. got ourselves a runner. She's a runner. She's a track star. For real. Like, she's gonna take off, girl. So I come out and my mom was like literally by the door. And I'm like, are you leaving me? And that's like the first like attitude I have. What are you talking about? Like, she starts getting super mad at me. And I'm like, oh my God, Alexis, like, bring it back. Chill out. You're gonna piss her off. You're gonna piss her off. And I was like, oh no, like I thought you were gonna leave me. And she's like, no, I literally told you to get ready. Like, stop. And so I'm like, oh, okay, like freaking out. As we're walking outside, I noticed that Tommy and Spice are like by the door of the car. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're coming. Oh my gosh, again, I don't get to like spend time with her. Which is like, Lex, why did you want to spend time? Anyways, like she was so freaking mad all the time. But it's like, I just wanted to spend time with her because I was like, maybe she'll stop being pissed off. Because like when we're good, we're good. Like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Like when we're good, we are good. And I just wanted to feel that good with her so bad. Because I know it was possible. I do. I'm like, it's in there. I knew it. It's in there. So we go to the car and Tommy can see my face and she's like, what? And I'm like, nothing. Because I'm like, oh my God, like, oh, I'm gonna just pop off now, you know? So she's like, is it okay if we go with you and your mommy? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm trying so hard, y'all. Like, keep it calm. Keep it calm. Keep it cute, Lex. Keep it cute. But everyone around me could see, like, I was just vibrating because I was so angry, where I'm like, y'all know I don't want you guys to come, but yeah, you're gonna come. Okay. And it probably just looked like I was being a little mocosa fea, you know? And I'm just like, I just want my mom. I'm just a baby. I just want my mom. So me and Spice get in the back and it's just my mom and Tommy in the front. I don't know what sugar's at. They're talking about the fun night they had. Oh my God, I know. I had to sleep so long to recover. And my mom's like just looking at me in the mirror. And I'm thinking she's probably like trying to see if I'm gonna have a reaction to anything she's saying. And I kind of like smirk because I'm like, oh yeah, you had so much fun. And I'm over here waiting. So my mom's like, what, Jade? And I'm like, nothing. She's like, just say it. And I was like, I have nothing to say. She's like, just say it. You had a lot to say when you were texting me. And I tell her, okay, yeah, I'm mad because you said to be ready and you just left. And I was like, yeah, but you know, Heffany was right. What were you gonna do anyways? You're just gonna sit in the car and then I was gonna bring more attention to like officers. And I'm like, there's an arcade. Mom was like, yeah, but I wouldn't feel comfortable because someone can kidnap you. And so I was like, okay, if that's what you were gonna do, like, why didn't you just tell me? Then I would have been fine if you would have just told me. She's like, because I don't gotta explain myself to you. You don't. And I was like, okay. She's like, or am I wrong? I'm like, you're not wrong, Mom. And then she's like, because I don't have to explain myself to you, Jade. I think that's where you get it mixed. That's where you get it messed up. You think I gotta explain myself to you and I don't gotta explain a damn thing to you. And I was like, and you don't. And she just keeps looking at me. And Spice is terrified of my mom. She just keeps like looking at me and I'm like, so my mom and Tommy get out at the gas station. They're gonna get some stuff. And Spice is like, yo, your mom real up for that. And I'm just like looking at her and I was like, I hope we fight later because when I'm whooping your ass, I'm thinking about my mama. She just starts laughing. She's like, Lex, that's not good. That's not okay. And I'm just like, I was so mad. Like, I didn't know how to feel. Like, I was so upset, y'all. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I hated how she was talking to me. And it's not like because I'm like, oh, I demand respect. I just didn't like how it felt. Like, my mom wasn't parenting me. It felt like she was like punking on me constantly. And I was just like, damn. Why? Like, why do you feel this kind of weird thing with me? Like, keep it for everybody else. Why me? And that's how it felt, you know? That's how like it really felt. So they get back in the car. My mom tells me, how hungry are you? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, you don't know how hungry you are? And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I can eat whatever. Like, it don't really matter. She's like, okay, so do you want to eat right now? I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, okay, we're gonna go do something real quick. We'll come back and pick you guys up. And I'm like, so literally just put me in the car just for me to go wee and take me right back. Okay, all right. So mom's like, so is that okay? Or are you gonna have an attitude texting me this and that? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, mom, that's fine. And my mom was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, like, it's fine, ma. It's fine. And I just look at her, y'all, and I was just like, okay, cool. So they drop us back off and Tommy tells me, and find my 2 towels. And I just look at her and I'm like, I spice and I just walk because I'm like, beat my ass in front of my mama, please. She might enjoy it, but beat my ass in front of her, please. So they take off and Spice is like, you bitch, like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I was like, I don't care. I don't care about nobody no more. I don't care. I start texting the ex and I'm like, what are you doing? Me and him start talking and he was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, are you around? And I have him come pick me up. Was it smart? No. Was it stupid? Yes. So I tell him to come pick me up and he's like, is everything okay? And so I go tell him like, my mom, I can't stand her, which I had no reason to be doing that. Like, oh, just because your mom didn't take you, like, let's calm down, chill out. Like, what are you doing? You know, like now when I think back and I look back at things where I'm just like, you're so dumb. I'm gonna whoop my ass on myself. Just because your mommy didn't want to take you, like, you're good, you're right, like, you're fine. But I was just like, oh, I was so angry. And even if it was toxic love, I wanted to feel that love. So he comes like half an hour later and we just stay in the parking lot because I'm like, if anything, I'm just gonna make my mom feel crazy and be like, I was throwing out the trash. Like, I'll do that right back. So we're literally in the parking lot for like 3 hours. 3 hours. And I don't know how I timed it perfectly or what, but after 3 hours of like talking and all that, I was like, all right, like, don't want to push it, I'm gonna start going back inside. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. So he leaves and I want to say like 20 minutes later, my mom pops up and I'm doing the dishes. She comes around the kitchen and I'm just like, ugh. Like, I never knew if my mom knew, you know, I never knew what she knew. I was just like, ugh. And half the time I would like tell her myself because I was scared of my mama. Well, I wouldn't, I hate when I say, oh, I was scared, but I was doing stupid that, right? But two things can be right at the same time. Anyways, so she goes in the kitchen and my mom looks like gone, like her eyes, everything. She just, like, you know how when you know your parent is like either drunk or high? Like, I just knew when my mom was on something. Like, she didn't look like my mom. Like, it just, something else came over her. So she goes to the kitchen and she's like, so what were you doing when I was gone? Oh, yo, my heart was going boom, 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 boom. I was like, nothing at all. And I was like, clean and waited for you. Nothing you want to tell me? Yo, I was just like, you know, like, you just giving my ass whooping now. Because it would have been deserved. What you doing? Yeah, you have no business. And so I was like, yep. So she tells me that Heffany is complaining because she wants her car back. And I'm like, well, it is her car. Mom was like, what'd you say? I was like, it is her car. And she's like, did I ask you? And I was like, no, but it is her car, Mom. And she was like, so I don't tell you anything, and like gets all petty with me. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, why are you telling me that, Ma? And she's like, because I'm not gonna be able to take or do anything because Heffany needs her car. And y'all, that sounds like, yeah, it's Heffany's car. But my mom, where she was in the state, she was just like, she don't need to go anywhere though. And it's like, it don't matter, Mom. Like, it's not yours, you know? And that's why my mom would be like, I was like manic and, you know, this and that. So it was just always so hard. So I'm like, can't you use Tommy's car? And she's like, I know, I don't want to hear her complaining and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, we don't gotta go anywhere, Mom. It's fine. We can just watch something here. And she's like, no, but I told you that we were gonna go somewhere. And I was like, Mom, it's fine. And she's like, well, I don't want you throwing it in my face later. I'm like, I'm not gonna throw it in your face later, Mom. So we ended up just sitting on the couch watching a show and my mom passes out. She's like super intoxicated. I don't like how these lashes look. Go on something more drastic. And my mom wakes up and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, where are you gonna go? And I was like, nowhere. And she's like, no, were you gonna sneak out? I was like, no. Literally, she, like, I already got it out of my system, Mom. But yeah, I was like, no. And then she was like, no, like, sit right here. Like, I need to have you close because I gotta know what you're doing. And I'm like, okay. So that was cool because I got to like be like right there with her. And we wake up the next morning and Heffany is banging on the door like crazy. So Tommy ends up answering it, cussing her out. Why the hell she banging? This and this and this. And she's like, I need my car. I need my car. And my mom is like, I was waiting for you to message me back. She's like, I've been messaging you back. Like, she was so mad. She wasn't mad for long. Her and my mom end up going to the store, hanging out one more time. And I'm just like, I swear. It was so stupid. So my mom ends up giving her the car back after they take a freaking run for something. And Tommy and I are talking. She's like, did you find my towel? And I was like, Tommy, I already told you to ask Spice. She's like, what'd you say? And I was like, I already said, because like I said, like, I already told you. Like, who are you talking to like that? I don't know. So she was like, no, like, I need you to find it. I was like, why me, Tommy? Like, that's not fair. Like, I'm the youngest one here. Like, why me? Like, that's not fair. And she was like, no, don't sit here and start talking to me about your little feelings. I don't give a about your feelings. You not know I got my own kids to be worrying about. I don't need this on my plate, yada yada yada. I'm like, okay, Tommy. So I'm just sitting there, and eventually my mom ends up coming back in, and she's like, hey, are you hungry? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, where you want to go? I was like, I don't know, Mom, wherever you want to go. She's like, all right, me, her, Tommy, and Spice all go to IHOP. If you guys don't know already, my mom would do this frequently at IHOP. So we go to IHOP, and my mom's like, order whatever you want. And Tommy keeps asking my mom, are you sure you got it? Are you sure? And I'm like pissed off at Tommy, because like, you know she don't got it. You know she don't got it. But this time Tommy's like, no, I need you to have it because I don't have it. So if you don't have it, we're not gonna order anything. We can just go home. And my mom's like, no, I owe Alexis some food. Like, I told her I was gonna take her out. Like, I gotta keep to my word. And she's like, yeah, that's okay if you can't keep to your word if you don't have it, because we can get in trouble. We can get in trouble. And my mom's like, stop, I have it. Gets on the phone, acts like she's making a phone call. She was not making a phone call. If anything, she's probably talking to her voicemail. Okay, there's a group of guys, and they're like sitting kind of like away from us. This was crazy too, because like, oh, my siblings got their own stories too. So anyways, they're sitting like away from us, and they keep like catcalling my mom and stuff like that. And my mom's like, order whatever you want, order whatever you want. So I'm like, okay. Tommy's like, Alexis, don't order whatever you want. And I'm like, Tommy, my mom says I can order whatever I want, because I was just being such a little mocosa. Like, I was just like, okay, I don't care. If she can make it happen for everybody else, she can make it happen for me. And Tommy's like, you know better, stop. And I was just so tired of knowing better, because I was like, why? You should know better too. Boy, you over here sleeping with blah blah blah. Right, okay. I'm just like sitting there ordering, and I'm like thinking like, I'm gonna be able to take this back. Yeah, see, those lashes are a lot better than the ones I had before. Okay, I'm gonna be able to take this back. Already planning my meals. And Tommy catches on. She's like, Alexis, stop planning, just eat what you're gonna eat, and that's it. And I was like, I am. So I'm like fighting with her. My mom comes back, because she got up to talk to that table, and my mom's like, get whatever you want, get whatever you want to me. She keeps telling me like, go ahead, get whatever you want. I was like, okay, Mom, I will. She's like, no, like, I'm serious, get whatever you want. You can get whatever you want, Alexis, if you want to take some for later. Like, even my mom knew that I was over here planning to take food too. So like, stuff like that would get me, where I'm like, oh, she does love me, she does know me, she does know I'm a little weirdo for doing this or doing that, you know what I mean? Like, my mom knows me. So when my mom said that, I looked at Tommy like, bitch. I'm like still looking at Tommy, and Tommy's just like telling me. My mom eventually talks Tommy into getting food, and Tommy's like, okay, bitch, like, I'm gonna be really pissed off. And mom's like, shut up, like, you're such a vibe killer, like, shut up, like, you're killing the vibe, shut up. So I get a good amount of food to take and to eat. So I'm eating, and Spice is just looking at me, and I'm just like, what? And she's like, I don't know, man, I don't got a good feeling. I was like, I don't care about your feelings. I don't care, especially with your little jokes. Like, I don't care. So we're eating, we're grubbing, we're having a good time. I get a call from the Peaches, and Mr. Peach tells me that Mrs. Peach has been asking about me, that if I wanted to like see them today or anything like that. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm out with my mom right now, I'll have to call you back. And he's like, oh, okay, can when? And before he could even finish, I hang up. So he gives me a freaking lengthy ass message about like hanging up, that like, oh, just because my mom's out. But it's like, no. And I know that sounded rude, but it's just like, no, I just didn't want her to hear or get in the conversation and like ruin anything, you know? Could I have like called him back? Yes. But even in this moment, everything was kind of weird. So I was like trying to like stay in the moment and on it, and I was on edge. It was just a lot of emotions going on at once. So we're eating, and the check finally comes, and they're like, oh, like, are you gonna split it, whatever? My mom's like, they're gonna pay for it over there. And the lady looks at my mom like, girl, what? You know? And I was like, they're paying for it over there. And she's like, okay, just like a very like nice lady. And Tommy just looks at my mom, she's like, I know you're not gonna start. I know you're not gonna start. My mom's like, don't worry about it, like, they're going to pay for it. She's like, how do you know? And so my mom hates being questioned. Like, my mom is like, don't question me. Like, don't question me. Like, she hates to be questioned. And Tommy hates to look stupid. Like, who doesn't hate to look stupid, you know what I mean? So she keeps telling my mom like, how do you know? And she's like, just shut up. Two gentlemen end up coming over, and they're like, oh, like, I thought like maybe like a couple of things, like, I didn't know the whole thing. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? So if you can't afford it, just say that. And I'm laughing, so I'm like, audacity, like, what you talking about? And he was like, oh, no, I didn't say that. I was just I didn't know it was gonna be that much stuff. And my mom's like, well, if it's going to be a problem, then just tell me. And he was just like looking at my mom, and he's like, no, like it's not gonna be a problem at all. One of the gentlemen tried to talk to Tommy, and Tommy's like, no, shuts it down immediately. And he's like, oh no, like I'm just being friendly. She's like, well, go be friendly over there. Like she was super mad, and she was just like dogging my mom out. Like she was so pissed that my mom had did this. So the guy goes up to the waiter and asks like, oh, is there a way that we can get like a discount? And she's like, a discount for what? And he was like, because it's her birthday. He points to my mom, and my mom's like, it's not my birthday. She's like, if you can't pay for it, it's fine. And I'm laughing because I'm like, that's so messed up. Like, what do you mean? You can't pay for it, mom. Like, you know? And so Spice is like, oh, that's so messed up. You're having him do that, but like, you can't pay for it. And so my mom's like, take her stuff off the bill. Tommy laughs, and I'm like, oh man. And so the lady's like, what? And Spice is like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Mom was like, yeah, I said I was gonna take Alexis and Tommy out. I never said Alexis, Tommy, and Spice. And Spice is like, what? What are you talking about? Like, why are you acting like that? Like, why are you being dumb about the situation? And my mom's like, dumb? And Tommy's like, dumb? Like, in defense of my mom, you know? And she's like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. She ends up paying for her own stuff, and the guy comes over, and he was like talking to my mom a little bit more. And so my mom's like, are you gonna be able to pay it or like not? And he's like, no, like yeah, I can pay for it. And he was like, so like we can hang out later? And I was like, yeah, we can hang out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Like, ain't no way, ma. Like, you just like, you know, like for some food. And so I'm still kind of just like, what the heck is going on? And so he's like talking to my mom. He was like, okay, because like I'm okay paying, but like, how do I know for sure that we're gonna hang out later? And then she's like, because I said so, and if I said it, then we are. And he was like, okay, like, because my buddies are saying like not to do it, that like you're not gonna hang out with me. And he was like, you know, a good looking cowboy. And so my mom was like, what? Like, so are you gonna listen to what your friends say, or are you gonna listen to what like I'm telling you? And he was just like, okay, like yeah, like I'll pay it. And Tommy's just like laughing because like she's just like, ain't no way, you know? And I don't know why Tommy's like so shocked, where it's just like my mom, like my mom. So then the one who tried to approach Tommy at first starts looking at Tommy, and Tommy just starts like giggling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay. So her and that man end up swapping phone numbers, and my mom gets the tab paid. The lady is like, okay, everything's set, whatever. And my mom's like, Jade, do you want a refill? And I'm like, yes. And my mom's like, matter of fact, can we get the drink to go? And the lady's like, oh yeah yeah. So then we get it to go, and again he's like, tell my mom, how do I know that we're gonna hang out later? And she's like, I just told you. And he's like, okay. So they exchange phone numbers and stuff. Tommy and that guy are talking, and he's like, all right, well, we'll see you guys later. Like, there's a country bar that we like going to. My mom's like, oh, I love a country bar. Like, oh yeah, that's my favorite. So we walk out, and my mom and Tommy are like giddy, y'all. And I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. Spice is pissed. And she tells Tommy like, can I talk to you for a second? And Tommy's like, no. She's like, Tommy, can I talk to you for a second? She's like, you didn't hear me the first time? I said no. And so it's me and Spice were in the back, and I'm just looking at her, and she goes, Alexis, come here. And I'm like, what? She's like, when we're fighting, I'm going to picture your mom. I said, bet. Twins. She didn't like that. She was pissed because she was ordering like a lot of stuff too, where I'm just like, damn bitch, where were you getting carried away? We end up going to Walmart, getting some stuff, and my mom's phone just keeps like blowing up. And I'm like telling my mom and stuff like, are you really gonna go to the bar with him? She's like, no. I was like, so you just got food? She's like, yes. Why do you care? And I was like, I don't, like, I'm just trying to make conversation with you, mom. My mom's like being nice here and there, you know, but it's like so hard for her because like I literally irritate her soul at times. So we're getting some stuff, and the phone just keeps like blowing up. And Tommy is talking to, we'll call him Cowboy, is talking to Cowboy, and she's like, blank, answer him. He's like wondering if we're gonna go out, and my mom's like, I'm not feeling up to it. I'm gonna spend time with Jade. Me and Tommy both look at each other like, bull, you know, whatever. So she's like, okay, I'll tell him. Cowboy ends up getting like really upset because he's like, oh no, that wasn't part of the deal. Your friend's shady for that. Tommy's like, don't talk about her like that. Don't talk about my girlfriend like that. And is like getting defensive, but like there's still talk. So me and my mom end up watching movies together and spending time together. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like she was being for real. Like she wasn't lying. Okay, cool. The next day comes around and my mom's like, you want to go with me to go run some errands? And I'm like, yes, like, yes, I do. Okay, cool. So me and my mom go to the store with Tommy and we go to change my mom's phone number. Yeah, my mom gets her phone number changed because that guy would not stop calling her. My mom's like, nah, he's tripping. Like I wasn't to go with him. And I'm like, sure you were, mom, sure. She's like, but he's doing way too much. Like, no, he really think, and like she wasn't having it. And my mom's like, are you gonna change your number, Tommy? And Tommy's like, no. Oh my gosh. She's like, no, he doesn't bother me. My mom's like, I have a bad feeling about them. And then Tommy was like, no, you just wanted to take their money. And my mom's like, I'm not gonna pimp myself out for $100 tab, Tommy. I'm not you. So her and my mom start having like words and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So my mom ends up telling Tommy and stuff like that. She's like, watch, you're gonna eat it, watch. And Tommy is like, I'm not changing my number. There's nothing wrong with cowboy. I know what you're talking about. Anyways, so my mom tells me like, what do you want to do today? I was like, I don't know, what can I do? She's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know, you want to go to the mall? And my mom's like, no, like I have things to do. What do you want to do? I was like, oh, you're getting rid of me. Okay. And I was like, I don't know, I wanted to go see the Peaches. And she's like, okay, go do that. And I'm like, okay. So I tell Mr. Peach, he tells me he could pick me up like in an hour or two like that. Is everything okay with my mom? And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. So Mr. Peach ends up picking me up and it's just him and Munchkin. And Munchkin's like super happy. And he's like, we didn't bring Ray this time. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yeah, I know you don't like him. I'm like, just like smiling at him. It's like, it's not his business, you know, or for him to feel like he has to pick sides or anything like that. So I'm talking to Mr. Peach and I'm like asking him like, when is Ray like going back? He says, we'll talk about that later. And I was like, okay. I'm like telling him like, oh, so like how's Mrs. Peach and stuff? And he was like, oh, she got really busy, so it's just gonna be me and you and Munchkin today. And I'm like, oh, okay, good one. No, like that's fine. Like that's fine. Because in actuality, I'm like, oh, I did not want to deal with all that drama. So he just like asking me like, how's everything? And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's good. And he was like, that's so good. Like your mom's doing good. And so I'm like telling him like, you kind of like situation, not all of it. And he was just like, oh, that's really hard. Like I'm sure she's really trying though, Alexis. And I'm like, yeah, like I think she is. I'm like, it's just a little bit harder for her, you know. And so he's just like telling me about like being patient with my mom, that like she's my mom at the end of the day. He knows that she's probably really trying, it's harder for her and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah. We end up going shopping for Munchkin and the kids, just like walking around. Like I'm literally thinking that we weren't even like really doing anything. He was just like wasting time and just like wanting to spend time with me. And so he was asking me like if I needed anything, if I needed like underwear or anything or bras. He's like, I don't know how girls go through that stuff. And I'm like, how's Sam? You would think I like said the ghost is behind you or something. I was like, how's Sam? And he's like, why? And I was like, we haven't talked about her. You don't bring her. Like, is she okay? And he was telling me that it's super complicated, that the situation I have with my mom is a situation that they have with Sam. And I was like, you know. And he was like, it's super complicated. I didn't want to talk about that today. I just want to talk about how you're doing, how you are, and ¿qué vas a hacer? And I was like, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I don't know. He's like, well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And I'm like, okay. And my heart's like, because I'm like, ugh, I'm nervous. Like, I'm so nervous because like I'm like, I don't want to seem desperate, but like I am, you know. So he's like, that's what I want to talk to you about. And I was like, oh, okay. And he tells me that it's really hard to find someone to help. There's a lot of things that they didn't consider before that they will maybe consider now. And I'm like listening to him, you know. And he's like, that things are difficult, but they've always seen me like family. And I'm just like, you know, just listening. He's like, I know a lot of things happened that night, and helping me out with the kids isn't always easy because there's a lot that I don't share out of respect for some of the babies. But I will give a little bit. Some people would want to charge more for a particular baby, and I'm not gonna say which one, a particular baby, because they found that it was really hard to have patience. And the Peaches really appreciated that I wasn't mean to this baby. I was more understanding with the baby. They would literally have people tell them, I'll watch all your babies besides that one. And they literally would have to find that baby a different sitter sometimes. And me, I wasn't like that. I was just like, they're all my babies. Like, what are you talking about? Like, leave that baby alone. It was kind of hard at times when they wanted to like act hard and be like, we don't need you. But in actuality, it's like, yeah, you do. Because they would worry about that baby, because sometimes that baby would get hurt because people weren't fair to that baby. I'm trying so hard to like be very careful with all that. Guys, I really like how my nose is blurred. Like, it looks so good. Like, super blurred, super nice. I think I like this match together. I really, really do. Like, I really like how it came out. It's kind of hard when I have to leave things out, but like, I always try my hardest to be very like nice and respectful. But anyways, so he was having a situation with this particular baby, and he was like telling me and stuff like that, like, you know, it's really hard, and it's like, it's not on you, it's not, but I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it's brought a lot of stress to the family because we're constantly like worried and we don't want to have to start new. We're willing to work with you. We have to understand that you have your own thing going on and we don't need to know everything. And I was telling him like, yeah, it's kind of confusing when you guys want to be like know everything, but then you guys want to call me an adult at the same time. Like, I don't get that. And he's like, yes, like, I understand that. And I was like, in the whole Ray situation, like, I'm not over that. And he was like, yeah, and I need to talk to you about that Ray's not leaving anytime soon. And I'm like, oh, okay, well then how come you don't have Ray and them help out? And they're like, Alexis, like, you just know, like, you know the kids. And I'm like, yeah, and they can get to know the kids too. And I'm like, I just wanted him to say it, that like he did not trust Ray with the kids. Like, I want him to say it. Like, I want him to. And is that messed up? Is that foul? Maybe. But I was like, say it, bitch. Like, say it. And I was like, or why don't you want him to watch the kids? Like, I don't get it. Like, that's your guys' family. Like, why don't, and he's like just looking at me. He's like, Alexis, like, I feel like this is a lot that I'm asking you. Like, can we please work together? And it doesn't sound like your mom's doing any better either. So can you please like understand like where I'm coming from and think about the babies? And I'm just like looking at him because I'm like, say it. Say it. Like, I want you to so bad. And so like I'm telling him like, I don't know. I was like, and why isn't he leaving anytime soon? He's like, that's a conversation for another day. So he's like, tell me like, please think about it. It's really, really hard. Munchkin's like, yes, it's really, really hard. And I'm like, okay, I'll think about it. In the back of my mind, I'm like, yes, like, thank you so much. Like, things are working out like how they're supposed to. And he's like telling me like pretty much that like the only thing is that like I will have to have a curfew. I can't just be going like when and you know whatever I please, but that I'll have more of like a schedule of like when I can have like free time, and that he's gonna try really, really hard to like kind of like mind his own business, but that it's just so hard because like he does care about me, and that he knows that he can come off a little bit too strong at times, but it's all with love and all of that. And so we had a good conversation, and I was telling him like, okay, like I don't mind going back. I just don't want to deal with Ray. And he was like, yes, you won't have to deal with Ray. That's the situation that we need to talk about, but not right now. And I'm like, okay, but like I do want to have the conversation. He's like, yes, Alexis, just not right now. And so I'm like, okay, like confused, right? So we stop at the store and he asks me if I want any snacks or anything like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start saying yeah, because yes. So I'm like, yes. And then, you know what? All those snacks that my mom was like, oh yeah, go ahead, pick out. Her and Heffany ate them. Yeah. So I was like, yes, I definitely need snacks. So he ends up dropping me back off, and I'm like waiting on my mom. I'm like, okay, where is she? So I'm like texting her. I'm like, hey mom, like, where are you at? And she said, be ready. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I hate when she says be ready. Like, what's going on? Like, what are we gonna do? So I'm like talking to Tommy, and she's like telling me that like she doesn't know what the hell like my mom's doing, that like my mom's over here saying this, my mom's over here saying that. I'm like, okay, like what happened or what? Cause over here making promises to people and she can't even keep those promises, and then I have to fix it. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I want my towels, Alexis. I'm like, okay, like I don't know where they're at. I told you talk to Spice. She's like, no, I'm talking to you, which pissed me off because I'm like, why don't you, like, I know she can keep that energy with Spice, but like why don't you go get it out of her? Like, I don't have them. So I'm just sitting there, and now Sugar's there, and so me and Sugar are talking. She's like, where does Spice put the towels? And I'm like, I don't know, like I don't know where she put them. And so me and her kind of like brainstorm over that. My mom busts through the door, and my mom was like, Listen, are you ready? I said, be ready. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So my mom and I end up getting in some dude's truck, and I'm like, this dude don't look like the one from IHOP. So we're in the truck, and I'm kind of just like looking at him, and my mom and him are like talking, like being friendly with each other, and I'm like trying to like make eyes with my mom because I'm like, who is this? So I'm like texting my mom and stuff. My mom's like, don't text me while we're in the car, that's rude. And I'm like, okay. So we're just, all right, cool. So Tommy starts texting me, and she's like, where'd you guys go? Like, who are you with? And I was like, I don't know, some like person. She's like, take a picture of him right now. So I was like, all right, cool. So I take a picture of him because I'm like, and so he's like, did you take my picture? And I was like, yeah. I was like, my aunt wants to know who we went with. My mom starts laughing. she's like, oh my god, like you act like he's a serial killer or something like that. And I'm like, why would you put that out there? So he starts laughing and he's like, oh, like he's like obsessed with serial killers. I'm just like like, okay, like why would you say that? So then I'm like texting Tommy and she was like, what? I don't who the is that? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, oh my god, be safe, make sure that the doors aren't child locked, which is really, really smart. Anytime you go with somebody and you're in the back seat, always make sure that the car doors are not child locked. So I was like, okay. We make a stop like at a hardware place and he's talking about like, oh, he needs this for his like ranch area, whatever. And I'm just like, I get kind of like I kind of spooked, you know. And I was like, what's wrong, what's wrong? And I was like, Mom, I don't got a good feeling. She's like, oh my god, Alexis, you and your feelings, you never got a good feeling. And I was like, no. She's like, see, this is why I don't bring you to like come with me, because like you don't like what I'm doing and you always got something to complain about. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we had a good day the other day. And she's like, no, like any single time, like I have to be entertaining you. I was like, that's not true, that's not true. And she's like telling me that she just needs to like relax, because like she's always taking care of everybody, that she just needs to relax. And I was like, okay, Mom, like I get that. I was like, but I don't have a good feeling. And she's like, no, like I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know why you always like want to like put stuff out there like that, then you freak me out. And I was like, Mom, I'm not trying to freak you out, like I'm really not. Like, but who is this guy? She's like, he's my friend, he's my friend. So she keeps saying like, this is our friend, this is your friend. I was like, okay, well, like can I just go back to Tommy's house? And she's like, then why did you say you wanted to come? I was like, I didn't, you just said be ready. And she's like, why? So you can go and hang out with Squidward? And I'm like, what? She's like, you don't think I know? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like all stupid, like what, you know? And she's like, you don't think I know? Like I know everything, Alexis. And I'm like, oh, all we did was like just talk. And she's like, yeah, but you could have just told me that. And I was like, half the time I feel like I can't tell you that. And she's like, no, you could have just told me, especially when I gave you the opportunity, you didn't tell me. Like I know that he's gonna be my son-in-law one day, and that she's like, I want you guys to do things right, like I want him to give you a promise ring. And my mom has had this conversation with me before, so if you hear me bring it up later or other times, it's because it's literally gonna feel like deja vu, because my mom has literally had this conversation with me. I was like, wait, what? She's like, I know that he's gonna be my son-in-law. And I'm like, because I've always told you guys, I knew from the get, like I never was gonna marry him. Like I never had that feeling of like, oh, I'm gonna marry him. I had that thing of like, oh, maybe he's gonna be like we're gonna be together for like a very long time, like even if we like grow old or something like that. But like I never seen us married, like ever. I would never even picture like, oh yeah, like Alexis blah, 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 his last name, like never crossed my mind. And so she was like, yeah, like tell him to get you a promise ring, tell him to talk to me, do things right, this. And I'm like, okay. Like I was so confused. And she's like, so you don't want to hang out with me? I was like, Mom, I do want to hang out with you, I just don't know this dude. So he gets back in the car. So he's like, okay, so like what's the plan, whatever. And my mom's like, take her back home. She said she doesn't feel safe with you. And he's like, what? Like why? And I was like, I don't know you. And so my mom was like, yeah, she thinks that you're gonna do this and that you're weird. And he was like, wait, what? He was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like what are you talking about? And I was like, I just don't feel safe, my aunt doesn't feel safe. I have your picture. So he drops me off and I take a picture of like his license plate, all of that. And he's just like literally like looking at me like, dude, what the but it's just because like I just didn't know what my mom was up to, right? So my mom tells me and stuff not to go anywhere, not to do anything, that like literally like just stay with Tommy. And I was like, what if can I go with the Peaches? And she's like, what did I say? And I was like, okay. So I go inside and Tommy was like, who the and you just let her leave? And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like I can't control her. What are you talking about? What am I supposed to do? And so she's like grilling me and she's like telling me like, what are you talking about? You're supposed to tell her, you're supposed to make a scene, you're supposed to be like, you can't leave with my mom, she's this, she's that. And I was like, I'm not gonna do all that. Like what are you talking about? Like that's a lot. Like I'm not gonna do that. And so Tommy's like literally like livid with me, like she's pissed. She's like, get the face, I can't even see you right now. I was like, that's crazy that you think that like I can't make my mom do things. And she's like, you didn't even try. And I was like, okay. And she's like, find my towels. I'm like, I'm not gonna find your towels because I don't know where they're at. She's like, find them now. So she's like super mad about her towels. I'm looking through everything, and so I just come up to her. I'm like, I think she threw them away. And she's like, no, she didn't. Find them now. So I'm like, I'm looking for them. I see that she's getting ready, and I'm like, okay. So Ted walks to the door and King, and they're talking to her, and she's like, we're gonna have a little kickback. And she's like, Alexis, like, find the towels. Like, you're not gonna be mingling with us and talking to us. Find the towels. And I'm like, okay. So it starts getting like busy, right? And I'm like, I still can't find these towels. Like I don't know where they're at. Like I'm literally like, this bitch got rid of them. Like she, like I don't know where they're at. Like she's, so I'm like going through everything, like literally going through like every drawer, where to the point where like I'm just gonna reorganize it while I'm at it. Going through this drawer, might as well just like reorganize it and fix it, because how am I just gonna like leave it like if I just rated it, you know what I mean? So I keep going to her every so often, and she's like, Alexis, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, that's crazy. Mind you, Spice is out in the sala just chilling with them, and I'm like looking at her like, you dirty bitch. Like I wonder like what you said or what for her to be on me. But kind of low low-key, I feel like she was just trying to keep me distracted so I wouldn't be bugging my mom. Who else thinks that? Yeah, that's honestly what I think it was. Tommy is still out like mingling, all of that, and the party kind of starts to like die down. And I go out there and I see the cowboy. I look at Tommy and she's like all smiley and all giddy, and I'm like, why would you bring the cowboy when my mama changed her phone number? Like that was the cowboy and his friend. We'll call him PB and J. Okay, so PB and J are both out there, and I'm just like, okay. So I look at Tommy. She's like, your friend's house. And I was like, no, like I don't know like where they went. Like I don't know where else to look. They didn't grow feet and walk out. And I'm like, obviously Tommy, like I don't know where they're at. And so that's so confusing now. Okay, so cowboy is the one that liked Tommy, right? The other one, we'll call him PJ. Yeah, he was like, hey, where's your mom? And I'm like, why? And he's like, because I've been trying to call her and I think the number she gave me wasn't her number. And I was like, okay, so where's your mom? And I'm like, I don't know, like what? So I continue to like look, and I'm like, I literally like can't find it. Like I really can't. I hear a familiar voice outside, and it's Charlie, and Charlie's like asking like, oh, where's Lexus? So I'm like, oh my gosh, my stepdaddy here. So I run out there, and he literally had to get this stitched. So I'm like talking to him like, oh my gosh, like, are you good? And he was just like, yeah, like, let's go talk in the back. And I'm like, oh, okay. So me and him are talking, and he was like, hey, I need to ask you something. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? Like, I'm just like scared. Like, what did I do? And then he's like, are you pregnant? I was just like, what? Like, I don't know if I heard you right. And I was like, what did you ask me? Are you gonna have a baby? And I was like, no, who the f said I would? What? And he's like, it's alright if you are. Just, you're gonna have a baby. Is the baby gonna have a baby? And I'm like, just like trying so hard like to concentrate, because like he got like the stitches in his face. And I'm like, now his face just look different. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, you look different. I am not even hearing you right. And I was like, Charlie, why would you ask me that? And he's like, I just need you to tell me right now, are you carrying a baby? And I was like, no. He pulls out a pregnancy stick from his pants. And he says, well, I'm going to need you to pee on this. Charlie, you're out of your effing mind if you think I'm going to pee on the stick. Well, I ain't gonna watch you. I need you to pee on the stick. And I need to know if you're gonna have a baby. And I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? What are you saying right now? And I was like, why? And he's literally like cold stone. Like, he's not even like, has that comfort face, or like where, you know, like you like I didn't feel safe, you know. And I was just like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, pee on the stick. And I'm just like, no. And so he gets like super close to my face. Pee on the bloody stick, or else. I'm like, or else what, Charlie? And so as I say that, my phone rings and I answer it, and it's my mom. She's like making this weird sound, like, and I'm like, oh, Mom, like, I'm like, so I hang up on my mom, because I'm like, like, that's just so disgusting. Like, why the heck would you call me? Immediately she calls me back, and I'm like, hello? And she's like, don't hang up. And like, she's like screaming, like, don't hang up, like panting. And I'm gonna end it there, you guys. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. I know I need to do like a Halloween look, but y'all, I'm just like, everyone's so freaking talented. Like, what if I do it and it's like doo-doo caca, you know, where I'm like, I don't know what to do. So if you guys have any cool, cute ideas, definitely let me know. Tag me in them, please, and I'll try. I do want to try to do Baltimore again, because I'm like, I think I can nail it this time. Like, I think I can. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But I love you guys so much. Besos a todos, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. Bye. Let's begin.